Hello and welcome to our special focus on Bengaluru and the issues and challenges it is facing. Now, what could be more important than the air we breathe? The air in Indian cities leaves a lot to be desired. There are attempts being made now to clean up the air of Bengaluru. The Pollution Control Board has come out with several suggestions. Let's take a look at what is on their mind. Need fuel for your vehicle in Bengaluru? We'll make sure that vehicle has an up-to-date emission certificate. This is one of the suggestions being made by the state's Pollution Control Board to help clear up the city's air.
Bangalore, I think at national level we stand only next to Delhi now. This pollution is basically because of the vehicular movement at Bangalore. At Bangalore, we are almost like a suffocated city. The roads are smaller and the buildings are high. We have said that the testing of emission testing, pollution testing has to be done at mass scale, especially by lorry associations, by BMTC, by KSRTC, all these agencies, and also those who do not follow these instructions have to be denied fuel.
Air pollution is indeed a major problem in India, and the hope is that this suggestion will be welcomed by road users, even if it means a bit more effort on their part.
I think it's a very good move by the government, and I think in the future also a lot more stringent rules should be implemented by the government, and this will bring down the air pollution and it will make the environment eco-friendly, and it's good for the health of the citizen.
It's a good initiative. Whether it works or not, well, that's left to be seen. So I think it's everyone's responsibility to make sure that emissions are low and we don't pollute.
Other measures are also being considered to clean up the city's air. These include signal-free roads so that there is faster traffic and less idling of engines, more buses to encourage people to use public transport, banning of vehicles more than 15 years old.
But still, I find that the biggest problem is number of vehicles. I don't have very clear idea about how it can be stopped. Now we have also asked the government to restrict the number of vehicles that are to be registered at Bangalore.
An emission test on a car in progress. Now, plans to actually deny fuel to people who don't keep their vehicles with up-to-date emission certificates, will that work? Well, certainly cleaning up the air in our cities, in our countries is a national emergency, and probably anything that helps to clean up that air should be welcomed. With Govind Murthy, Maya Sharma in Bengaluru for NDTV. Joining us to discuss what is being done to clean up Bengaluru's air, Dr. Vamanacharya. He is chairperson of the Karnataka Pollution Control Board. Professor Ashish Verma of the Indian Institute of Science, working specifically on transport issues and sustainable transport in particular. From BPAC we have Revati Ashok and Mr. Ravi Kumar also, and also some young students from the city. So, your board has come out with several suggestions for what should be done, what could be done to get the city cleaner.
Getting city cleaned up will be possible only when we reduce the number of vehicles on the roads. Our roads are not equipped to handle this huge amount of vehicles right on the road. The number of vehicles as we stand today must be more than 57 lakh vehicles.
Oh my goodness.
So there is no place for the vehicle to move. The speed of the vehicles has come down as low as 8 to 10 kilometers per hour, where we could have traveled 40 kilometers per hour. So the number of vehicles always stagnated on the road.
Yes.
is so much. Along with it, it is creating more pollution because of the buildings that are there right up to the road and of the height of 5 floors, 10 floors, and the roads are smaller.
Restricting the number of vehicles, is that really feasible?
It's feasible, but there has to be a credible alternative also.
Okay.
While at the same time we have to reduce the vehicles in some way by having policies which restrict the ownership as well as the usage of the vehicles. But at the same time, we have to improve the alternatives for people to move.
Okay.
Because while we clean our cities, we also need to allow people to move.
Okay.
So that means we need to have credible alternatives in terms of
Yes.
seamless public transport, non-motorized transport infrastructure, either as a last mile connectivity or an end-to-end connectivity. And we always call them as push and pull strategies. We bundle together so that we push people out of the unsustainable modes and pull them towards the sustainable modes.
Absolutely. Now,
So there has to be a right balance
a
of
balance
this.
between that. Do you think realistic to maybe stop or slow down registration of private vehicles here?
I mean, that would be the most desirable thing, but that's not practical. Today, the government has not provided any alternative for people to travel. How do you travel? We have a zero, non-existent public transport system, which doesn't function, and we don't have end-to-end connectivity. So how do we expect people to move?
Will it work? Cutting the number of registrations?
See, one of the reports from TERI says 50% of Bangalore pollution is because of dust particles. And this dust particles is not just because of vehicles, it's also because of lot of construction happening, public infrastructure being built. There's a lot of construction dust which is causing a problem.